Last questions that we are receiving today is when do Reverend Warnock and John Ossoff actually become senators? The short answer depends on when the state certifies the runoff election results, according to the Secretary of State's office. January 8th is the deadline for military and overseas ballots to come in. It also is the deadline for voters who need to cure provisional ballots. Counties have until January 15th to certify their results. The Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, then has until January 22nd to certify the results, and after that the vote goes to Governor Kemp, who issues a certificate of election to the winners. However, it is likely this entire process will happen more quickly, which means the senators-elect could be sworn in prior to Inauguration Day. You will find the details about the certification process, the election results, and a whole lot more on our website, 11alive.com.